What's up for this week? A shaving soap from Kentucky, a new razor from Yaqi, and a gel tip brush from dscosmetic. Hello again, Michael Friedberg here from beautiful North Carolina, and today I have once again 3 products for review. The first is going to be a shaving soap from Voyageur Grooming out of Kentucky, and all the soaps are named after travel destinations. This is the Abuko, or maybe the Abuko, which references a national reserve, a park in the Gambia. And if you've never checked out the natural borders of the Gambia as a country, kind of a fascinating outline. This is another vegan soap. This does contain, for the added oils and butters, shea butter, castor oil, and cocoa butter. It is a coconut oil based soap. Let me show you what it looks like in the container. A very nice light color. You can see there where I've scraped some out for use during this week. I think it's normally a 4-ounce soap in an 8-ounce container to make it really easy to load your brush in there. That's kind of a nice touch. The scent on this is it's a mix of slightly tart, a little bit bitter orange, and a woodsy base. It's described as notes of woods and spices. But what I get primarily is an orange citrus scent, and a nice orange citrus scent with an underlying base of slightly woodsy scent. This is not a strong scented soap. This is, in the scheme of things, there you go again, I can't help but say it, a lightly scented soap. I have what's left for today pressed into the Captain's Choice loading bowl. Let the controversy of loading and lathering in that bowl never end. The razor for today is going to be a Yaqi razor, another Yaqi razor from the number that they sent me. This is the stainless steel handle option. So this does not have a formal name from Yaqi, but if you look on the Australian Yaqi site, apparently their distributor has named this the Yaqi Eden razor. So it comes with this 303 stainless steel handle, very nice knurling, heavy, very well balanced, and that is paired with something which they sent me out of the blue, which is a rest. So there's a razor stand. You can stand it up vertically, or you can lay it in there comme ça, as they say, like this. It works well either way, and I've actually been using the stand for the week. It's been quite nice. I have 2 of the aluminum style and 2 of the, I think, a black style as well. Those will all go out, except for maybe one of them will go out in future giveaway boxes, so not to worry, somebody will be enjoying those at some point. That is paired with their standard head. This is the matte finish, so it looks very nice with that handle, which I'll assemble in just a moment. A new blade for today, trying to work through them. This is the Persona blue. This is the Med Prep. Base plate, as you can see, very standard style. 3 posts for the head with no notches in the corners, just 3 posts, and then the very standard style closed comb head. I am going to include the washer. As you can see, there's a lovely little indent in there, which is perfectly suited exactly for a washer by coincidence. And I'm just going to screw the handle on. There we go. As you can see, that's got a nice coherent look to it. The matte finish goes very, very well with that stainless steel. Relatively heavy, nice sort of tight knurling. Not that really sharp kind of knurling, but a very nice feel to it. I'm going to put that right back into the stand. The brush for today is going to be this. I hope you can see this. This is a dscosmetic brush. This is a larger style handle, which works better for me than that smaller vase style. This is a 2-band badger gel tip brush, and I'll talk about what that means in just a moment, but when you first touch it, it has a certain feel to it. It doesn't feel prickly. It just feels like things are sort of stuck together in the tips a little bit. As you can see, that is quite a big knot, and when this gets wet, what's going to happen is those tips are going to gel and form this incredibly smooth, lovely surface. Excellent brush. Really enjoying that for the week. So let me get my face wet, start lathering up the soap, talk a bit about the soap, talk about the razor. We'll exclaim about the brush throughout. All right, so relatively dry. You know, I've rinsed out the soap remainder from Friday. As always, 2 days worth of growth. So as you can see what's happening there, you can see how that brush is now coming together. It's sort of all stuck together. Very characteristic look for these gel tips. I'm just going to start loading. Make sure some of the water gets tipped out. I'm going to load relatively heavy. Now this brush does pick up quite a bit of soap. So one thing you need to watch out for is that if you're using a softer soap, that you're not overloading by accident. Obviously you'll get a good feel for it after a couple uses. You can see what's happening there. A very pasty lather starting to build inside the bowl as I load my brush. I'm just tipping in a little bit more water, just drop by drop by drop. If you're not going for the wet brush method where you're really starting off with a very damp brush, then this is, I think, the opposite end of the spectrum way to go, where you're just adding a little bit of water by water by water, drip by drip by drip, and just building up a nice dense paste before you start lathering on your face. All right, one more round, and let's start lathering. There you go. As you can see, it's still a nice paste inside the loading bowl. Let's pull that out, and there you go. All right, let me wet my face again. Drip a little bit of water onto the face of the brush as always to make sure it's kind of wet on wet. So the brush splays easily. The brush is not overly dense. It feels incredibly soft and smooth on the face. Very close to synthetic brush style softness, that level. And if you're a face latherer and you like a little bit of vigorous lather building, this is a fantastic brush. A bit more water. You have a lot of soap in there. There we go, that's starting to loosen up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that brush was a big surprise because I think the week before, was it last week that I used I think it was last week, using the smaller Yaqi, which was the smaller dscosmetic brush, which is a super badger, and that is a little bit scrubby, a little bit scritchy. Huge difference between that knot and this knot. All right, I've just wet the, so sort of gotten the razor warmed up a bit in the water, and let's have at it. So, if you look at this head, you will of course immediately be reminded of the Voyageur D89 head style. It looks very similar. However, I will say that this is, if you think about the balance between comfort and efficiency, this is a comfortable razor with a predominantly efficient feel. So like a 6:4 ratio, something like that. A little more efficient than comfortable because you can feel the blade a little bit. In fact, I was surprised first use. At just how efficient the razor actually was, because you kind of expect that very kind of perfectly balanced middle of the road performance you get from the DE89. If you are more comfortable with the terms mild and aggressive, this is more aggressive than the DE89, but still an easy, comfortable shave. The handle is very nicely weighted, well balanced, makes the razor really easy to use. As you can see, good slickness from the soap. Now I will say this, I feel like this soap needs to be punched up a little bit. Some feedback I've already shared with the vendor as well is that in today's market, this is a good soap, but I think it needs an extra shove to just to add in a touch of additional slickness and a touch of protection. And I have no doubt that, like many others, Le Voyageur will be continuing to tweak this base based on feedback and personal experience. So, something to look forward to. Alright, that's rinsed down for pass number 1. Let's do pass number 2, that'll be across the grain. Now I will say, given the efficiency of the razor and the touch of blade feel there, and because of the weight of the handle, you're going to want to pay a bit of attention to those subsequent passes, so you don't overdo it, overshave, or cause yourself a bit of razor burn. Going to pull a bit of that lather up. Yeah, that knot is really, really nice. All right, pass number 2, across the grain. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying that stand actually. Kind of nice. It looks cool holding the razor in this horizontal manner. All right, pass number 2. Yeah, here's where you can definitely begin to feel that efficiency. It's a efficiency over comfort. And please don't misunderstand that to mean that this is only efficient and not comfortable. But those two aspects are always in some balance or another. And I would say in this case, efficiency is slightly dominant over comfort. Nice light touch right there. There we go. You know, and my experience with the Med Preps is it's almost always the same. I feel impressed by their sharpness. I have no idea how I caught myself there. Impressed by their sharpness, but I don't really like the feel of that blade. There's something about the Med Prep, it just feels a little bit harsh. Yeah, I somehow managed to catch myself right there. No idea how. I mean, I know how I caught myself. I was shaving there, but I don't remember feeling anything. Final pass against the grain. It's one of those mysterious things too, where you think, wait a minute, how did that happen? Those are the ones I hate. Like when you know you've nicked yourself, and it happens to everybody, you know it. You can feel it happen. But when you're just shaving along and there's a mysterious drop of blood, all right, let's pull some of that lather out. The first blade I used this week, in fact, I used it all week. This is the second blade I've used in this razor, was the Gillette Ruby, and that made it through 4 shaves quite easily. And then Friday on that 5th shave, first pass was okay, and then the last 2 passes were Not up to snuff, as they say. Yeah, and you know, these Met Preps, they do smooth out a little bit. Just not a big fan of how they feel. Quality of the shaves all week. Very close to BBS for 3 out of the 5, I think. There we go. Almost done. Yeah, see, and that's the blade right there. Just a little harsh, or a little too close for comfort. So the first time I used the Med Prep, I was really impressed. I thought, man, this thing is sharp, and just really doing the job. And then after that, you realize, no, I'm not enjoying that feel at all. I tried to get some of the soap out of my ear, unsuccessfully, one might add. Ridiculous how much has gone in there. All right, let me towel off. Talk about post-shave. So, this, you know, when soap hides in the nooks and crannies of your ears, it's almost like it's doing it on purpose. For post-shave, so initially, this may feel a little tight, but actually, that loosens up after a little bit. So I do my normal experiment. I go over the first day or two without any aftershave, directly following the shave. Then while this may feel a touch tight, actually, that loosens up quickly, and you get back to what I feel like is a pretty good supple feeling in your skin. No immediate heavy tightness or dryness. Okay, so let's apply the aftershave. Now I was using a aftershave salve from Chatillon Luxe, but unfortunately, as I'm sure many or maybe all of you know, Lee Soapworks has had to close down their shop. They're making one last batch of the Drunken Goat, I believe, and then that's it. It's not that that shop is somehow failing, or that they have a pretty significant personal life change, a career change. They simply cannot continue to run that business along with that life change. So they're unfortunately closing their doors for good. In honor of Lee Soapworks, because I think that they make a fantastic soap and make just a wonderful aftershave splash. This is one of my favorite scents. In their honor, and to thank them for everything they've done in terms of the community outreach that they've done and the products that they've delivered, this shave ends with the Colonia di Agrumi, one of my favorite scents from Lee Soapworks. So let's splash it on with wild abandon as we say cheers to our friends. We wish them all the best in the future. You will be sorely missed. Oh, man, what a fantastic scent. I'm going to splash on another little bit of that just because it smells good, and to me, this is among those aftershaves that to me feels like an aftershave should going on. You've got the ones from Fine Accoutrement. You have the Floyd, the Mirsal. Ah, the Mickey Lee is among those, man. It just feels so good going on. God, and they smell delicious as well, if I do say so myself. Kind of have to, there's no one else in here with me. All right, well, my friends, well, still very close, efficient, comfortable shave, wonderful razor. Let's tear through these products again. Le Voyageur Grooming out of Kentucky. This is the Abuko. This is in a line of travel destination themed soap scents. This has got a nice touch of somewhat bitter, somewhat sweet citrus, and an orange zest scent to it, along with a woodsy undertone. Again, a vegan soap. Overall, pretty good. I would like to see them punch up the slickness a little bit. In today's market, you're going to have to push it a little bit. Overall, though, still very good soap. Really enjoyed those shave this week. Good post-shave as well. If you're looking for a strongly scented soap, this is not it. This is kind of mid-scent strength, stronger out of the container than when lathered. The razor for today is the what's now been named by Australia Yaqi as the Yaqi Eden. This is the 303 stainless steel handle with the zinc alloy head in the matte finish. I think that razor looks fantastic. A really nice, coherent look to it. Wonderful handle, good weight, very good balance. This razor head is definitely more efficient than comfortable. That doesn't mean that it's not comfortable, but if you're looking for a balance, this is a pretty efficient razor with a touch of blade feel, very easy close shaves. And I've been using one of the 4 of the razor stands they supplied. 2 of them just have the center stand for the vertical. 2 of them have this cross cut for the horizontal, and that's how I've been using it because I think that just looks real cool. The brush for today is this from dscosmetic with this big acrylic handle, much easier size for me to use. This fantastic 2-band badger gel tip. This is a excellent knot. Beautiful, soft surface, very smooth, very easy to use, picks up a ton of soap, no squitch, no scratch, lovely knot, excellent choice. That may or may not be going out in a giveaway box. Who knows? We'll see if I can have it torn away from me. We'll see. And then, of course, again, in a fond farewell to our friends at Lee Soapworks. Thank you for everything you've done for a fantastic range of products. All the best in future. Today's aftershave, Lee Soapworks, Colonia di Agrumi, as a fond farewell to them. I wish them all the best in future. Well, that is it. I am pretty happy with that, I gotta say. Pretty happy with that shave. Another wonderful weekend shave. Thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate the time you're taking to watch these. As always, please feel free to leave comments or questions against this video or any previous video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.